That's me in 6th grade. Pivotal year for me, friends, is when I got my first drum set. This is the day I was playing it for the first time. So I wasn't an athlete, so I was a dork, but I could play the drums, and fortunately I was kind of good at it, and no one else at my school was good at it at all. So then it was like, I did this thing that no one did. And so I'd walk around with drumsticks in my pocket when I was a freshman in high school, just be like, oh, what? You mean these? As a matter of fact, I am. So, this is a band I was in. But this set the trajectory kind of for like, I was like, okay, great. I joined this band. I love this band. I'd seen this band play to like thousands of people at festivals around, and I knew they'd been touring the world, like this is huge. So then, you know, you go from one thing to the next, right? Band to band, Blackpool Lights, okay? Blackpool Lights was off to a really nice start, doing some really cool things. A few months later, I started having really bad pain in my left ankle. And around the time this band started in 2004, the pain was happening more often, and it would last longer, and the volume, the level of the pain was getting louder. This band plays our first show, and a week later, I found out I had cancer. So we thought it was lymphoma originally, but it's this thing called Ewings Sarcoma. So I go into the hospital for the surgery to take my leg. My friends and family basically took the worst possible nightmarish time of my life and really kind of made it this beautiful week of, I mean, like every night people had to be kicked out of the room like it was last call. And so I just was like, okay, what do we got to do to get through this? You know, that's kind of my whole thing. It's like the word forward is always like on my mind. And at that time it was like, what do I got to get through? Okay, let's make the record. Okay, all right, the leg's gonna happen. All right, like it was the only thing I was worried about, and now it's gonna happen, and let's get it done. And then like, you know, I'll figure the walking part out. I don't really know how that's gonna work, but you sit down to play the drums, so that'll be okay. One day, I was at my prosthetist office, and I think I was getting a new socket or something, and on my way out, he was like, hey, I've got this patient that I'm seeing right after you who's just lost his leg to cancer. He's all healed up, he's being fit. Will you talk to him on your way out just for a minute? You're kind of on the other side of this. And I was like, dude, absolutely, I'd love to do that. I feel like that's part of why this happened to me. The idea of helping be like a deliverer of hope and comfort to people that are amputees, I was like, I can't get it out of my head. I can't think of anything I'd rather do. And so that was the day that Steps of Faith Foundation fell from the sky into my lap. What Steps of Faith does is, like I said, we help when an amputee has no health insurance. What do, right? So we get that's what Steps of Faith does. Uninsured amputees, we work with prosthetists around the country. They donate their time. So we get right to work helping people, start having little events, and we get great people like Winona Judd in our corner. They've been great friends and allies to this day. So Sudeikis and I, one of my best buds who's an actor that some of you may know about, and we grew up together. We came together, put together this event, Thundergong, and Thundergong was a benefit concert to raise money for Steps of Faith. And everything changed. And Thundergong, Jason hosted, and Jason's a music enthusiast, Fred Armisen, and Will Forte, also from SNL, Last Man on Earth. We had Winona and Cactus, amazing artists from all over the place. We did this really crazy, unique event. And I mean, come on, look at that, right? You know, this says it all, man. All of the things that we've been talking about for the last little while all come into this. I get to play drums with my friends that I've known since I was a kid, with my buddy I've known since I was a kid, in each other's weddings. Get to bring all these people together, get to back these famous people. I'm not on the road chasing the rock star dream anymore, but for one night a year, I get to do it. And not only do I get to do it, I get to do it for 2,500 of my closest friends and raise a ton of money to help amputees. There's about, 250 people that Steps of Faith has helped, and it's really been an amazing, amazing thing.